Hello and welcome. There's enterprise-wide digital transformation going on, but there are a lot of hidden truths to that. One is that artificial intelligence is actually growing faster than digital. Now let's understand that a little more as we speak to Sandeep Kishore, who joins me. Sandeep is the CEO of Zensar Technology. Sandeep, thank you very much for joining us. So before I come to what's happening in artificial intelligence, how that's driving businesses, how customers are changing the way they do business, and what are they asking you to do for them, tell us about what are the broad trends you're seeing today as we go into 2020 and 19 and 20.
Sure. Thank you, first of all, Govind, for having me on the show here. Some mega trends you actually called out. The last 3-4 years have actually seen significant adoption of digital. And digital no longer is about technology. Gone are the days when you talked about mobile and analytics and cloud as being just the foundational block. What digital took in the last 3 to 5 years, I believe AI is going to do it over the next 1 to 2 years. So AI is already here. It is already happening. We are implementing it to several of our customers today. And also the platform availability today, the compute and the cloud availability, maturity of the software platform itself has come a long way. And you will see a far more higher adoption at a much faster rate on AI than you have seen for digital.
Right. So can you illustrate both for us? What would have been a typical digital deployment a couple of years ago, and what's a typical AI deployment that's happening maybe right now as we speak?
Sure. So if you take retail, for example, I mean, a couple of years ago, your ability to place and track orders on the mobile was just in the infancy stage. It had started happening, but you couldn't track it till the time the shipment actually arrives at your place. You couldn't return it on mobile. Right? All of that is now mainstream for the retail customers. For insurance customers, you can actually buy your premium for cars, for home, for phones, life insurance, segment it whichever way you want it on mobile devices. So digital to that extent has actually been an integral part of changing the business itself.
Right.
It's moved away from being a technology stack to a business enablement. It is the new way of doing business. Let's go to AI. AI is already happening. I mean, on very simple terms, if you look at the way the emails come to you, particularly if you're using Outlook, now intuitively the email actually starts to tell you after you've read it where you want to file the email. So it's experiential learning, of course, based on a few algorithms. The second example on AI, which is conversational AI, that's exactly where Siri and Alexa and Cortana and Google, they all come together. Because they talk to you, you ask some very specific question, they learn from that question on what you're actually looking for. Next time you ask them, they are far more better and intelligent. Combine the two, right? And what we've started doing right in our company at Zensar is to really take this to a business application use. So our people travel all the time, right? And when they come back, the system actually knows through the Outlook calendar that you are back, and within 24 hours of them landing, the expense reports of that travel is already automatically filed. And our own conversational AI, which we call Ziva, actually tells you that, Govind, we've already filed your expense gain, and 5 days from now it will be credited. So very simple examples, but coming together because the platform is available, technology is available, and adoption has just been phenomenal.
Right. So you work with manufacturing predominantly, or high-tech and manufacturing predominantly, followed by BFSI or banking and financial services. So what are the kinds of AI applications that people or clients are asking you for, and what are you delivering?
So some of the examples actually on AI are really moving into enterprise. So there are three, simplistically put, there are 3 levels of AI that we are seeing. Conversational, I just explained about that. Intuitive and cognitive AI, which learns behaviorally from experience and tells you what you are expecting without you actually asking it explicitly. The third is enterprise class AI. So data, as you know, resides in multiple systems in an enterprise. HR data is separate, finance is separate, talent, supply chain, marketing, IT, and very rarely do systems talk. It's just now in the digital platform, the systems have just started to talk among themselves. Well, the adoption of AI at the enterprise level has started to happen now into retail environment, into insurance environment. Take a look at financial services products, since you said. The biggest opportunity for financial services company is to have a single view of the customer. And you as a client have bought multiple products from your financial services company, from banks or insurance. And for compliance reasons, your fixed income, treasury, cash, savings, checking, bonds, stocks, they all lie in different systems. And none of them talk. They've just barely started to talk together now. And you struggle as a client that I need to get a single view. Well, they do provide you a single view, just from the UX
Dashboard,
perspective, a dashboard, but you really can't do a cross-connect transaction. So with AI coming in and with smarter platforms being built, I do believe that there is huge opportunity. We are already working on a few pilots on these, with some of our financial services.
So in that sense, there's a huge gap, or seems to be a huge gap between, let's say, digital AI native organizations versus the rest of the world, literally, which includes all the banking and financial services, everything that I as a consumer deal with.
Yeah, and there's opportunity. There's significant opportunity to you create, phenomenal customer value. And organizations of the future will actually win if they find these opportunities at the discontinuity which exists and really go charging in to bridge it at a much faster pace. Those are the organizations of the future.
And how are companies in India or companies like yourself progressing in delivering some of these products or services to your clients, particularly in the Western markets?
Yeah, I think the first and foremost is, particularly for organizations like ourselves who are platform and services, is talent supply chain. We really have to build the talent within our organization who are trained to understand the changing requirements of our client's business, the technology platform, both. And that is where our number one focus has been. We have now trained our people 3 times over in 3 years. It has never happened before. Normally, a skill set remains with you for an average of 3 to 5 years. Well, guess what? It has started changing dramatically. And every 6-8 months, we have to train our people on a completely new set of technologies, because AI is built much different today than even a year ago what digital platforms were built. Right? So you have
a lot of the training is in AI, or
a lot of training. We launched something what we call very dearly as Zen Labs. Zen Labs is our own research and innovation organization. AI is what they are doing. We built our own voice AI enterprise class platform, the cognitive AI, our own engine around it. And we're deploying it internally first within Zensar, and then of course taking it to our clients as well.
Right. So if as clients demand more and you deliver, and as you said, you work on the supply as well in terms of talent, are we going to hit, you feel, or will we hit some sort of block because the degree of talent that you require to manage these kind of demands will be higher and higher and much faster, because as you said, every year you're almost churning new skills into people?
Well, I hope not, and I tell you why, because the talent available, this is where India Inc. really comes in. New talent at scale, provided you train them, is only available, English speaking, is only available here in India. So India actually has a phenomenal vantage point advantage to really take this to the next level. The other area which you will also start to see happening is at the intersection of what I call research, technology and business impact. So clients will engage more with you if you really create disproportionate business impact than just incremental. What you saw digital creating compared to legacy IT appeared to be disproportionate, but now with what is available, that appears incremental. Right? And what you now want to get with AI will be a disproportionate income. So with voice enablement platform, with phenomenal human experience coming in, and interconnected smarter platform, which is part of the whole new and exponential technology offering that we've launched, I think we'll do good. If you put this aligned together and really connect with the dots on the client side.
Right. So last question. I mean, I'm sure you're constantly on the road meeting clients. What are they telling you right now? Number one. Number two, do you see trade winds shifting in terms of what's happening in the US, whether it's the economy or whether it's the post-Trump world, and other opportunities elsewhere?
So there are 2 aspects to this, Govind. I think number one is this immigration issue. I mean, it is real. It's very hard right now because of the current administration, but even otherwise, I think it is a new normal. You just have to get used to it. Gone are the days when you could do everything or largely everything from India. That's not happening. And hence you are seeing the industry really doubling down and hiring talent in the United States. Right thing to do. If 60 to 70% of your business is in a country, then it is expected that you create talent there. So that's one. So that's on the talent and immigration. However, irrespective of that, I still think that India has a phenomenal advantage, because you will hit supply side constraint in the US and in the UK, both. So at scale, enterprise class AI or digital transformation program for large worldwide organizations, you have to do, including India. There is no other choice. I don't see a choice there, right? And hence, what should India Inc. be doing? I think India Inc. has to go deep into its talent supply chain, into the schools, into the engineering colleges, and really change the curriculum for the future. Because what has not happened is the curriculum has still remained the same for the last 15 years, where the client and the market demand has shifted more in the last 12 months than in the previous 12 years. So our job as industry leaders is to actually work more at policy and education and go down to the talent base to create our talent for future. And once we are able to do that, I think India is in for a long, good strategic run.
Right. And the other part of the question, so what are clients telling you right now as we
So clients are actually telling something very interesting. Clients are saying, we know you don't have all the answers. It's for the first time you actually started to hear that because their business environment has changed so much, they said work with us more collaboratively, right? And tell us that you've lived that journey yourself. No longer are they saying that you are just a consulting organization, you've done for a client A or a client B, and hence you come and do for me, which is client C. Have you lived this experience yourself? Unless you have experienced the change and the significant transformation as an organization, as a team, as a leader, as a person, what value can you create for me? So walk the talk, right? And that has become pervasive and very consistent in all the client conversation.
That's a useful insight and note to end on. Thank you so much, Sandeep Kishore.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.